Guys, I am glad that you can join me in the candle making process. We're going to learn through this video how to make candles in a few steps. The most important thing is the gathering up of materials and the purpose of your candles. Candle making is an old process, but what are you using it for? Are you using it to sell, or are you just using it for gifts? What I will show you are the most important items that you need to purchase to create the best candles for family, friends, and as well as for sale. Make sure that you have all of these items at hand and that younger brothers and sisters are also away from the wax and away from the stove. Let's get ready to enjoy the candle making process. Hi guys, thank you for joining me in making candles. I just wanted to give you a little introduction. Know that candle making is actually an ancient art, and it comes from Egypt and of course spread into European societies. It started out as celebration for, of course, ancient kings and queens. And soon it turned into birthday celebrations, or was used for birthday celebrations in Grecian history. So candle making is an actual art. And when making candles, the Egyptians, instead of wicks, they actually used plant reeds and seeds, and they used animal fat. And Grecians or Greeks also used animal fat. So today I'm going to introduce you guys to a couple of important materials that you would need to start your candle making process. And I hope you enjoy this. Remember that you can also add extra additives such as coloring. You can use food coloring to color your candles if you would like. So be creative. I've also added essential oils to my candles because I like smell goods. If you don't like smells, do not add essential oils. But essential oils are great to add smells so that maybe you can refresh a room if that's what you would like to use your candles for. All right, guys, let's get going. All right, candle makers, let's look at the first set of items you'll need to create candles. You'll need a bag of soy wax, and we choose soy wax because soy wax is a healthier choice. It does not leave a residue and is better for our lungs and inhalation. The next item you may need, and this is only if you like smells or soothing smells, essential oil. We chose a citrus. This citrus is made for candles, also for perfumes. Natural essential oils tend to not work as well when mixing candle wax. So try to choose one that has more natural tendencies, but still made for candles. The next item you'll need, and this is very important, is a wax pourer. A wax pourer is different from a pot. It's only used for wax so that you will not mix wax and food items in together. You will put your wax inside of your wax pourer as well as your essential oil and let it heat within a pot of water. Alrighty guys, the next set of items you'll need are wick straighteners, wick spoons, and wicks. Wick straighteners are used to straighten your wick while you pour your wax inside your bowl or your container chosen for your candle. It holds the wick straight so that the wick will not fall down in the wax. The wick spoon is used inside the pourer to stir the wax as well as add extra wax or essential oil into your mix. And the wick, one of the most important items, which you will use and you will mount at the bottom of your container or glass, and you will wait, and then you will pour your wax over it. The wick is used to burn your candle. All right, guys, this is an important step. Before you begin anything, put your water in your pot and begin a boil. Be careful not to turn your pot up too high, as you're going to have to measure in your wax into your pourer. Make sure that an adult is around and make sure that your small siblings are not. Keep an eye on the pot at all times as it can be dangerous. All right, guys, we are at the fun part. Now we are boiling our water and we have put our pourer inside the pot. Now, we made the mistake of putting a little bit too much water in our pot and our pourer was floating at first. And so what we had to do was we had to add a little bit more candle wax to make the pourer a little bit more heavier. We took a little bit more water out. Remember, you do not need that much water in your pot. You need less than half amount of that pot. Small pot if you're using a small courier, larger pot for a larger courier. So we are adding our candle wax now, and we're stirring and we're adding our essential oil for a great mix, and we're getting prepared for this to melt down so that we can pour it into our container with our glued wick. All right, guys.
Okay,
we're
so
on the
let
last
me
step.
do that.
The last
and I'll
step is
explain that.
pouring
I'm
the
gonna do it
wax
from this
into
angle.
the container.
That's a better angle.
You ready?
We
Go
actually
ahead.
secured our wicks down a day before we began, which is probably a great idea so that your wicks do not move. We secured them down with the stickers that come with wicks and super glue. And so we let it dry for a good while, like I said, a day. And then we decided to create our candles. When pouring, before pouring the candle wax into the container, make sure that your wicks are secured by your wick holders. Your wick holders hold your wick in place so that they won't wiggle or get bowed down by the heavy wax. So make sure you put those in and be gentle. All right, guys, so this is what our candle looks like a day after letting it dry. It actually took about maybe 3 hours to get settled. All right, so it looks great. It's very clean. And remember the items that must be used. All right, so young people, let's go over the items that you'll need again for this project. You'll need a bag of soy wax or candle wax. You'll need an essential oil if you prefer a smell. And you'll also need a wax pourer to keep your wax separate from your food pots. You don't want to boil or cook hot wax in a boiler that is used for food items. Now, let me just say, to remove wax, you can use oil. Any oil will remove wax, but you don't want the smell or you don't want the residue left on a pot, so it's safe to use a pourer. You can buy the candle set. The candle set is less than $20 at Amazon.com and Walmart.com, or you can buy each item separate at Michael. And there are various prices depending on how much you want to produce. With this set was about $18.79 at Amazon, and it included everything that you could possibly need. Along with your pourer and your wax and your essential oil, you would also need your wick straighteners to hold your wick up so your wick will not fall down with your candle wax. You also need a wick spoon to adjust your wick and also to stir your wax together and stir your essential oils in evenly, as well as color for some of those of who may want to create colored candles. All right, and of course you need your wicks, and you make sure that you have a wick sticker. Usually wicks come with wick stickers, but make sure to look for that. We use super glue. They will usually provide stickers for you, but sometimes those stickers come apart, and so we use super glue. So you can also add super glue to your list of items that you may need. All right, guys, enjoy candle making.